brainwaves there. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta. There's a theta there. The theta waves the other night were just doing this perfect sine pattern, sine wave pattern. It was actually pointed out to me by one of the viewers, and I'm going, wow, I feel like I'm in the singularity right now. And he's going, whoa, the theta wave is like perfect, and it really was. I looked at it, and it was like it was unbelievable. Anyway, we're going to try to reach the singularity tonight, the chess singularity, that is. Once we get in there, we're basically going to lose very, very little. Once you're in the chess singularity, you should be able to win enough games that your chess rating is going to just continue to rise. And if you're truly in the singularity, by definition, you're going to become one of the best chess players in the world, maybe the best. And it's all going to start here. It's going to start on this channel with these waves, and we'll hope for the best, shall we? And we begin, you know the drill. We always begin by doing the linguistic training, because chess is a linguistic activity. And we start out by activating the linguistic centers of our brain through language learning. So sounds like fun, right? We're going to play some chess, but first we're going to activate our linguistic centers by learning some French. So let's go to it. Fill in the blanks. Je suis une femme et tu es une fille. Okay, so je suis and check. Okay, we're doing all right.
C'est.
C'est. Okay, that's it is c'est.
C'est.
C'est. Continue. Fill in the blank. Un homme et un chien. Un homme et un chien.
Tu.
Tu. Tu.
Tu.
Tu. Is that one? Tu. Select the missing words. It's got to be this one. You can't say it's je suis, so it has to be tu. Tu.
Tu es Marc.
Let's listen to that again.
Tu es Marc.
You see, they don't pronounce the S, at least not before M. So tu es Marc, tu es Marc. And I have to write that in English. It's a question. And we invert in English like this. Are you Mark? It's funny how we do that in English, isn't it? I'm going to see if I get it right. Yeah. They don't make me wrong for not having a capital letter. That's nice of them. Fill in the blanks. I think the S is going to appear here. Tu es un cheval et je suis un homme.
C'est un chat.
Okay.
C'est un chat.
C'est un chat. C'est un chat. So it's a cat. C'est un chat. It's interesting how they say it's. Instead of saying it's, they say c'est. And there's a T there.
Eh, c'est un chat.
C'est un chat. C'est un chat. Excellent. That means it's a cat.
Un chat et un chien.
Un chat et un chien. You see how cat and dog are so similar? This is chat and
Chat.
this is
Chien.
chien.
Un.
It's so weird. Before I took this French course at Duolingo, I always thought, the French would say something like un or something, but no. It's un. So, un chat et un chien. We have to type that in French, in English. So that would be a cat and a dog. A cat and a dog. Okay, we're doing okay so far. Enter. We're getting a perfect score. Dog and a horse. Write that in French. So dog is a chien, right? So un chien est Un cheval. Cheval. Un chien et un cheval. Something like that. Anyway, they don't pronounce everything for us. I wish they did.
C'est un cheval.
Okay, now we pronounce this one. We can learn the pronunciation.
C'est un cheval.
Excellent, right? You heard that. They said cheval, something like that. Let's look at that. Cheval.
C'est un cheval.
Chetin, not cheta, but chetin. Chetin cheval. Okay, chetin cheval. No, c'est, not che. Chetin cheval. So chetin cheval is it's a horse. It's a horse, of course. I made that rhyme. It's a horse, of course. It's a horse, of course. Okay. No, I didn't have to add that last part. It's a horse. Okay. Continue. C'est un chien. C'est un chien. It's a dog. C'est un chien. So I'm practicing in my mind. Like, I really want to learn French so I can go to France and speak there, or one of the many other countries in the world where they speak French. And I'm just training my mind. Okay, I see a dog and I want to say, c'est un chien. C'est un chien. C'est un chien. Chien. That's a dog. Okay. C'est un chien. C'est un. And c'est un is it is. So, okay, that's a C apostrophe E T C. Oh, there's an S in there. C'est un chien. C'est un chien. C'est un chien.
Tu es Marie? Tu es Marie?
Tu es Marie? Tu es Marie? Tu es Marie?
Tu es Marie?
Tu es Marie? Tu es Marie? It means, are you Mary? Tu es Marie? So I have to type in French. Tu es Marie? Marie? Tu es Marie? It's a question. Okay, let's do it a little bit further, because I think we should do a little bit more before, to really make sure that we have our brainwaves completely active. Okay, so write this in French. It's a cat. So, c'est un chat. 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 So, c'est, that's what C apostrophe E. C'est un chat. C'est un chat. And there's a T at the end of chat. C'est un chat. C'est un chat. Okay, write this in French. A cat and a horse. So that's un chien et un cheval. Un chat et un cheval. Perfect. All right. Yes. Yes. And look at those brainwaves just driving up. The alpha's high, and now they flatlined. When I flatline, wow, that was great. Okay. Now the brainwaves are regrouping now, because I think my brain is getting ready and the owl is waving goodbye. We're going to go over to Lichess now. Okay, oxygenate. The brain needs oxygen. Breathing a little bit more deeply here, because we're going to try to go over here and get into the singularity. Now, what's weird is I've noticed some of the other times, if you've been watching my other videos, you'll see I miss getting into the singularity for the reason that I'm just almost in the singularity, and it's like I lose a game, and then somehow the game drives me closer to the singularity because I just start the night a little bit calm and peaceful. I need to have more anger. If I just work myself up to it to get these brain waves right, you see, if I get really, really angry, let's there's that poem, rage, rage against the dying of the light. Do not go gentle into that good night. Well, I need to take that advice. Do not go gentle into that good night. That's a great poem. Let me see if I can find that. Maybe we can get some inspiration from that. Let me just look at this really quick before we do this game, because I think with a little bit of rage, I'm going to put a link here. Okay, there it is right there. Do not go gentle into that good night. Okay, excellent, excellent. By Dylan Thomas. So let's take a look at this poem and just work myself up into this, see if it has any effect on my brainwaves. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Oh yeah, those waves, those brain waves are contracting. They're contracting. The wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning. They do not go gentle into that good night. Good men the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Okay, that's got it. That's got it. I could see those brainwaves contracting. Okay, wild men, grave men, and finally, and you, my father, they're on that sad height. Curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. No, 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 no. Okay, I think we are worked up enough. Let's just go, not into the good night, but we'll just go over to Chess. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. Okay, we're hot, we're angry. We got the brainwaves working for us, and now we're going to test whether or not we actually made it into the singularity, shall we? Let's see if we do this. Okay, we're going to play a King's Gambit here. No matter what our opponent does, we're just going to play the King's Gambit. That's what I call the King's Gambit. I move those two pawns up like that. I don't give the opponent any choice. A lot of them try to escape the King's Gambit, but I just go off or broke with the King's Gambit against them. And I just want to develop that bishop to castle. I'm not really trying to block the pin there. But it has, I didn't want to bring the bishop out further because it gets exchanged out there. Okay, now see that pawn there? There's a couple of things. I think this knight should come out first to counteract against that knight. Now the pawn could move forward, but I'm going to castle first. Okay, so we're doing okay. We got a good King's Gambit going here. I still got to develop this bishop, so move the pawn up. Everything's very logical here. Why not? Why not do this? Okay, and we're not going to go gentle into that knight. No way. For Christ's sake, is there anything else I can do here to get stabilized and started? I don't think so. I'm just going to move up there, force some action up there. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I might just let him take that knight. Why not? I'm going to act like I'm going to defend with this queen. I'm going to protect my bishop. If he takes my bishop, that'll be okay too, because it's protected by my queen. And we've got 12 seconds more. Interesting how I saw my my waves contracting, and then suddenly when I paid attention to them, they suddenly spread out and the delta went way up. That shows happiness. I've seen these things many, many, many times. I kind of like know what I'm looking at with these brainwaves by now, and you should too. I'm going to lift a rook here. He'll probably come up with his knight. I'll slide my rook over. I want to put her over to somewhere where I got an attack, though, because I am going to have... Okay, I'll have an attack against this pawn. He's going to take this, and he's going to threaten my queen. I'm just going to try to get something going here. He's going to go over there and take that rook. I wish I had my dark square bishop right now, but I don't. I'm just going to go for broke up here and see. I mean, he's got my rook. I was not really going to use that rook anyway. I have a pretty good defensive position. I've got this. Okay, that didn't help me very much. Got to do something smart here now. I'm going to go here because, let's see where his, oh no, his knight's going to come up to there and then to there. I think I'll go here instead of the other place. And now he could come up here. If he comes up here, I'm going to drive I got to drive this out of there, but I can't do that because he'll just take it. Got to do something smart now. My only hope is to do this and put him in check. And if this doesn't work, I'm completely screwed anyway. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. We're kind of like really down in terms of material here. The only thing we can do is hope for some spectacular mating sequence, which I don't know that we'll get, but we'll try. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. I got this. Ooh, that's interesting. He didn't want to take that. I kind of thought he might do that, and I had that prepared. He's going to have to move his bishop out of there. I'm going to go over here. I got to stay away from all the checks, and he can't check me anywhere around here. I can take this bishop now with my queen if he's not careful. Okay, now I can't. Oh, crap. I almost have a million checkmates here, but I take that and take that. I don't want to sacrifice my queen right now because if I take, I'm going to really lose on time here. Check, he takes there, I take there. Not much to do here. I don't know. This is a very tough and interesting game. Trying to get some kind of a checkmate down there. At least we're getting data. We're getting brainwave data. That's the main thing. Really trying to work this checkmate out into however we can. I can win his bishop now. He can't take that. He can move this up. It'd probably be his best move. Okay, and now I can I should have done another thing. I should have just gone here because I'm really afraid. That's kind of screwed me up, didn't it? I think I lost this game just there. Because what else can I do? No, I'm going to resign. I thought I was playing a pretty good game there, but I wasn't. Okay, at least we got some good data. Every once in a while, you can get the Chess Singularity after a game rather than just the first game. I don't know why that is, but it's kind of like you can kind of consider one game kind of warms you up. Maybe you can consider like that. We'll play another one and see. Just see if we feel like we're in the Singularity, and if we are in the Singularity, it should show up. Should show up there on the brainwaves. And I think the theta is one of the most important to look at in terms of the Singularity. The delta is the most important if you're just looking like how happy I am and how I'm feeling about the game, if I feel confident. But we're not doing this about happiness. We're doing this in an actual real attempt to do something important that's never been done before. That's what this is all about. Is he going to castle queenside? No, he castled over there. Okay, well this will shake things up a little bit. That's interesting. His knight is hanging out there. But my knight will be hanging if I do this, but I can take his knight, put his rook in danger, and maybe get something going on the dark squares over here. I got a dark square bishop, and he's got a light square bishop on this side. He's got to protect his bishop. Interesting. This will be checkmate if he doesn't respond properly. No, I want to undermine this pawn by moving this pawn up. I undermine this pawn by moving this pawn up because this is the supporting pawn. Oh wow, look how tight those are. And I undermined the pawn like I wanted. Oh, they're so tight. That looks like, oh wow, and the delta is giving a beautiful sine wave. Like it's done that before. Okay, I gotta What can I do here? I gotta kind of like bring my king out, my queen out. I can't take that. I can't go over there. I can't check down here. Nothing to do. That's the only place I can go right there. He can check my queen there, but then the queen comes over here. I'm still doing okay with some pretty interesting. The queen basically only has one place to go, but she could go down here too. This is probably better. I don't want to just offer a trade of queens at this point. I wish I could. No, I need to offer that trade of queens. Don't have anything else to do. 2 minutes and 45 against 3:18. We're doing okay in terms of he thinks he's going to just keep harassing me. He can do that to a certain extent, but if he just tries it too much, I'll have a draw by repetitive moves. He can just keep moving that bishop back and forth. Okay, I have to get this bishop out of the way. Get this knight out of the way, and it'll be better over here. I don't want him. Okay, I got that bishop out, which is good. I'll bring this knight, this rook into play. 207 to 252. He's a whole rook ahead now. My queen is safe against more checks now when his white squared bishop gone. That was nice. I'm going to attack his bishop, and then, well, this would be kind of deadly for him. He can't slide his rook over because I got the bishop here. I think that could be a good move for me. Or up here. This actually looks safe. I'm just going to do it. The clock is ticking down. And okay, now he can slide that over. And I'll be just about checkmated. I'm going to block with my knight. I'm blocking this diagonal with my knight. Now if he slides his rook over, it's no big deal because I got my knight blocking there. Okay, I can almost get a good check in here. Oh, that was bad. But not too bad. I can remove the knight out and get a check against his. I don't know. This is. Yeah, that's what I thought. Check. And then I can take that rook. There's got to be something good here now. I guess just take the knight. That was looking okay. We got 1 minute, 20 seconds. We've actually got a little bit more time. Our brainwaves are really tight right now. If you look over there, wow. Looking excellent. This is almost checkmate. I just bring this down. And that looks like checkmate. Wow. And you see, we got some great data there. We got some really, really great data. That was an excellent and a fun game to play. Wow. I felt like I was in a kind of a singularity there. I really don't know. Let's look at the analysis board and just see how many. I mean, the analysis board will tell us a lot more, whether or not we were doing anything really extremely valid or if we were just getting lucky because our opponent was making a whole slew of blunders one after another. It looks like a pretty consistent game for black, just kind of like going down, 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 down. Not so good right in there. But you can see the white parts are very, very, very small up there. And yeah, quite a few blunders on both sides. But all in all, not bad. Chess sometimes a little bit addictive. I was almost thinking about stopping after that game, but because I won a game, I thought, oh, I'll try one more. And then if I lose a game, it's the same thing. I try to win one. Don't know. I guess I know how people feel when they lose all their money in casinos. At least you don't lose time with chess. You don't lose money. You just lose a lot of time. Well, I shouldn't say you lose time. It's actually pretty beneficial in a lot of ways. Now, he opened up that diagonal. I would love to get in on that if I can somehow. I don't know. Maybe I'll just try something. Every once in a while, you try this and they don't see it, and you go in there and grab up the king. He didn't allow me this time, but maybe next time he will. We'll chase his knight out of there. Well, we do have that check on that diagonal now that we wanted. It's kind of nice. Now, is there anything else I have? I can't move this knight because he's pinned. I would like to develop this bishop. I would like to protect this pawn, actually. And I can protect that pawn and take this. Or do I want to put my queen here? I think the queen will be better here because I don't really need that pawn. And the queen there will have an attack on this pawn. I don't know if this is going to work. It might work, it might not work. Do I want to take that pawn really? If he gets greedy and takes a rook, I'll have a checkmate right now. And this pawn's not going anywhere. If he moves down here, I take him. If he takes this pawn, he just sits there. So I'm not really concerned about this pawn either. If he gets greedy, like I say, I win the game. Can't castle now, but I could move my rook over. If he takes my rook now, I will be in trouble. I could put him in check. Does that help me? No, I'm going to have to move my rook. Out of there. He thinks he has some interesting attacks, and he might actually have some, but I have some tricks up my sleeve that he might not see, because I break the pin now on my knight. Oh, I didn't see that. Now the pin goes back on the knight. That's my only move. That's checkmate. Crap. We had a pretty nice attack there, but in the end, just wasn't quite strong enough. Let's see in the analysis board. I might have had a better continuation. It would be interesting to know whether or not I had anything valid going for me there. Oh yeah, you see, white was winning very well at one point, and then I just completely, right here, I missed the continuation. Now, what's good about Lichess, you can click right here, and you can see what I should have done. I moved that out, and they're saying I should have moved this up. And then they're signaling that this would have been... Oh, yeah. Crap. That was so excellent. Yeah, I see that. I missed that. I have to learn that for the next game. The whole idea is, remember I was threatening a checkmate here with the... Like, I did the wrong continuation. He took there, and I moved out here threatening this check. And then, he came with his queen up here, and this knight was pinned, and then he got a check in here, and with this pawn and everything, and the rook coming over, he got a checkmate. But what I should have done is move this pawn up. Now, in threatening a checkmate, if he does anything, I just, boom, come over here. He's got to move his queen out of this space to give his king somewhere to retreat, and they're saying his best move is to come here. Now I have a check with the king with the pawn. The king's got to go over, and now it's kind of like all hell's breaking loose. Crap, and and I see that, and the delta goes way, way up. Look at the gamma now. The gamma surpassed the delta, and then the beta came. It's like, okay, I was happy about that to say, wow, you almost did it, but the singularity, I was playing very, very well, and I just missed that one little thing. I'm going to play another game because I really want to get it this time. I want to get into a wonderful position like that and just see the continuation. And I think I can do it. I really think I can do it this time. Okay, I've seen this a million times. I try to play fast on this game, get a lot of time off the clock, because I don't think that this is a very common continuation, although I've seen this a million times. And I haven't seen it enough because I'm already losing the ability to know what to do. But we're doing okay. I don't want to get him trapped or anything. I'll just bring him out over there. And can I attack that? Why not? Get another attack going there on the bishop. He'll maybe have to trade off the bishop. Uh-huh. I think it's going to be best like this. And I'll bring this bishop back to here with a pin on that pawn. I could have won a pawn here. That might have been actually a very, very good move too. Maybe better. But I played much more like, I wouldn't call it a long range move because now he's got that protected. I got to get that knight out of there as soon as possible, so I'm already going to bring my knight back. It's going to be a repeated game. Give me a break. I don't know. I don't see anything in this game. I'm just going to... He doesn't give me any choice. He repeated and then... Okay, let's go for it. We're going to have a chess singularity this time. Chess singularity, it'll be documented on the brain waves. They're getting tight right there. We're going to get the chess singularity, and then our rating's just going to go up and up and up and up. Okay. Is there any way I can get myself out of this? I guess I'm just going to have to lose my exchange here. Losing the exchange is not such a big deal if you just kind of take advantage of your advantages and maybe force him to do some mistakes, which I'm going to try to do. And maybe he did make some mistakes because a rook is worth more than a bishop. But you see, I'm kind of like getting all over him now in terms of my minor pieces. And plus my queen came in with a nice attack against his knight. And my knight comes across again. And I take that knight, threatening his queen. Take that knight, threatening his king. This will threaten just about checkmate. Should I try to threaten checkmate and then... Or just stay like that for a while? I don't know. I think I'm going to have to develop at some point. Guess I'll develop. I don't know what he can do to undo that bind. All he has is a dark square bishop. And I can really put the question to his dark square bishop. Check. I'll just take that. I don't know if this is going to work. Come back here. I think I have a little bit more material than him, maybe nothing. I got more pawns. The two bishops are worth more than one rook. So that's looking okay. I got to develop my rook, though. This is a good move, I think. Okay, now I can get this. I got to develop here. He's going to attack my bishop over there. It's probably best. This is just kind of wasting some time. Got to be very careful here. I don't get checkmated or something. Or usually now you take with the other pawn, but in this case, I'm better off taking on that pawn. Only got 37 seconds left. And he resigned. Wow, that was great. Feeling pretty good about that. It's interesting how the beta wave, you don't see that up on the top very much, but it certainly went up there for that. I wasn't even paying attention to the waves there as I was playing that because it was so intense right there. But that was an interesting game. I guess I learned from the previous game where the winning strategy was to advance the pawns down. And in this game, as you see right there in the final position, that's exactly what happened. The pawns went right down there. I'm going to queen. Next move, he doesn't have any attack over here. No way to get in past my king. The bishop is also protecting very well. This one's protecting. Queen and rook guarding the pawns as they come down. I'm going to have a queen over here, and it's going to be very well protected by this pawn and the queen, and then the rook's going to come down for mate. So that was an interesting game. Let's look at the analysis board. And I'm going to look at my brainwaves as I look at this. This is always a kind of a big reveal. Like, did you play that game really well or not? White had a very good advantage in the very beginning, lost it. But only with a single blunder. That's not too bad right there. And then after that, inaccuracies are no big deal. Let's look at that blunder. That was the only blunder in the game. Let's look and see what I should have done. Okay, it's saying I should not have castled at that point. Because at that point, you'll remember I castled to protect that pawn. I wanted to protect this pawn against the queen. But what they're saying is I could have done is come up here. I'm going to turn this on. They don't want me to take there. If he had taken the pawn, it wouldn't have been so great. He would have moved back here. He got a pawn, but I get his rook. He got a pawn and I got a pawn plus a rook. So that was a lot of fun. Okay, I'll be right back. I got to answer the door. I'm going to put right here the be right back sign. Okay, and I'll be right back. Somebody is here. Ding dong, ding dong. Okay, so we're back. Just to sign off here. Don't want to get too addicted. And actually, we're totally addicted to chess, like a lot of people are. But that was fun. We didn't have a lot of chess. We didn't have a lot of chat tonight. Those of you who love watching the brainwaves, as I do, I really find that the brainwaves are mesmerizing. I mean, I have to play chess. But there you see the brainwaves, and I can't just sit there looking at them. But when I'm not playing chess, oh look at that delta, how it just goes up there. It's delta is like doing some perfect patterns there. Um, they're just mesmerizing, and those of you that are watching the either the broadcast or the video, make sure you stop back, because there's no better way to spend time than just to be mesmerized by brainwaves like this. It's just bedazzling to sit there. It's hypnotic. I mean, you're looking inside my mind there, and you can find the patterns. If you go over to my discussion page, there's mathematicians, there's just statisticians, there's data scientists. There's a lot of people, neuroscientists, who are looking at these brainwaves and hoping to help me find the singularity. You can join in the discussion there. And don't think because you're not a mathematician or a data scientist, you don't have anything to add. Anyone can look at that and find a pattern. It just depends on your intuition. Follow the games carefully. Look at the waves, and you can do it, and you can help me reach the singularity, and then we'll just watch my rating just go skyrocketing. Um, the it's you can kind of get in on the ground floor of something that could turn out to be very, very significant, very extraordinary. So, without any more ado, I'm going to. Oh, and I was just going to say, if you want to get involved, just be my follower, because you get that where you're going to get the Gmail notifications every time I come on. Unfortunately, I don't have like a really great schedule that allows me to come on at regular times. But if you do the following, become the follower, just look at your Gmail, your email, and as soon as StineItch comes on, boom, you get the email. Oh, he's on, he's live, and you can run over here. Look at the delta doing the perfect sine wave up and down. I think the gamma is one of the most important, although the beta too. The beta, it's kind of like a kind of a lurker, and then just at certain times, important junctures, it just like pops up and does something amazing. Like remember that first game, it was like it was the highest one. And like I said, when I looked at that, I thought, well, that thing's never up high. And it was at that point. And anyway, hope to see you guys around. Have a good night or good morning, wherever you are. And see you next time. Bye bye.